Have you ever opened your banking app, looked at the number, and felt your stomach drop, like you're already in danger and the month just started? Have you ever avoided checking your savings because you honestly don't even want to see how low it is? That is not you being bad with money. That reaction has a name. It's a financial stress response. And understanding it might actually change the way you handle money for the rest of your life. Listen, you're not broken. You're not lazy. You're not the only adult in America saying, "How am I this age and I still don't feel safe?" You're not crazy for feeling behind. You're reacting to something real. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how much money people your age actually have saved. Not what they're supposed to have. Not what some finance bro says they should have. But what they're really sitting on right now. And why almost nobody talks about it out loud. Because once you see where you actually sit in the curve, that shame you've been carrying, it's going to start to crack. My name is Ari, and I spend way too much time digging through real financial data so you don't have to. I study what Americans are actually doing with their money, not what influencers say they're doing. If you're tired of just make a budget, and you actually want to understand where you stand and how to protect yourself, subscribe right now. Not for me, for you. Because this is the conversation you should have had years ago, and nobody gave it to you. I want to start with something that almost nobody will admit in public. If you put 10 normal Americans in a room, different jobs, different ages, everybody smiling, everybody pretending they're fine, most of them are quietly terrified about savings. They look fine. They show up to work. They pay rent. They post pictures at a birthday dinner. And then at 2 a.m, they're doing math in their head. If I lose my job, how long until I'm out of cash? 2 weeks? 1 week? Here's why that matters for you. You keep thinking you're behind because you assume everybody your age is sitting on this big, comfortable cushion. They're not. The average-looking person your age is way more fragile than they look on Instagram. The silence around that is part of the trap. You feeling behind is not proof that you're failing. It's proof that you've been comparing yourself to an illusion. Now let's fix that. I'm about to tell you what normal actually looks like in dollars. We almost never do this in personal finance. We tell people, save more, be disciplined, build an emergency fund, but we never show the baseline. We never sit you down at 25 or 32 or 41 or 57 and say, here's what people your age actually have in cash right now. Here's the typical number. That's like telling someone, get in shape, but never letting them step on a scale. You can't fix money if you don't even know where you're starting from. You wouldn't try to build a house on a cracked foundation and expect it to survive a storm. But with money, that's exactly what we've been told to do. Fix it, without seeing the foundation. So here's the foundation. And I want you to listen for your age group. If you're under 35, so your 20s or early 30s, the typical American has around $5,400 total in cash across checking and savings. That's the median. That means half of people your age have less than that. Half. There's also an average number for this group, around $20,500. But that's because a few people with big balances pull the average up for everyone else. The typical person is nowhere near 20 grand. So if you're 27, 29, 32, and you've got maybe $1,800 in savings and a credit card you're juggling, you are not some disaster. You are statistically normal in America right now. Here's the scary part. Less than half of adults under 30 say they could keep paying their bills for 3 months if their paycheck stopped. Most people your age would be in real trouble in under 90 days. That's how tight it really is. Let's move up. If you're between 35 and 44, late 30s, early 40s, this is the age where people think life is supposed to already be stable. In reality, the typical liquid savings in that group is around $7,500. Again, that's median, which means half of people in their late 30s and early 40s are under that number. The average in this band is over $41,000. But again, that's being pulled up by high earners, not by normal. Now you might say, okay, but I have a 401k. Doesn't that count? Yes and no. For ages 35 to 44, the average 401k balance is around $103,000. Sounds huge, right? But the median, the middle actual human, is closer to $40,000. So most people your age do not have six figures invested for retirement. Most people are not even close. And I want you to notice something else. That retirement money is not cash you can grab tonight if your transmission blows. Your landlord tomorrow does not care that you technically have 40 grand in a retirement account. That money is for future you at 60, not to keep the lights on this month. Now, let's talk 45 to 54, the I should have it together by now decade. Typical cash savings here is still under $10,000. The middle person in this age range has around $8,700 in liquid money. Money you can actually reach. After 20 plus years of working, their retirement balance jumps. Yes. The average 401k in this group is around $188,000. But again, the median, the middle person, is more like $67,000, which means a lot of people in their late 40s and early 50s are not cruising toward retirement. They're looking at less than 10 grand in cash and thinking, if I get sick, we're done. Now let's hit 55 to 64, that run up to retirement. In this group, typical liquid savings is basically $8,000. The average is higher, in the low 70,000s. But remember, average is distorted by people who have a lot. The median, the real, is still single-digit thousands. For retirement accounts, this group looks bigger on paper. The average balance is around $271,000. But again, the median is under $100,000, around 95 grand. Stop and feel that for a second. Imagine being 59. Your body hurts in ways it didn't at 32. You're trying to help your kids with rent. You're maybe helping aging parents with medication. You're tired, and you're looking at maybe $8,000 of reachable cash and something like under 100 grand for retirement after 3 decades of working. Is that enough for 20, 25, 30 more years of no paycheck? That is the question keeping millions of Americans awake in their late 50s and early 60s right now. And finally, 65 and older. For people in their late 60s and early 70s, typical liquid savings, I'm talking cash they can reach, is around $13,400. The average in that group is around $100,000 in cash. But again, that average is pulled up by people with much larger balances. Above 75 years old, those cash balances actually start dropping because they're literally spending that money just to keep living. Now let me tell you something that sounds backwards, but it's true. People 60 and older are actually more likely to say, I could survive 3 months without a paycheck, than people in their 20s. A big part of that is that a lot of older people are already out of the rent race. They locked in cheaper housing years ago, and they're not raising kids in 2025 health insurance prices. So if you're young and you're like, why am I drowning when I'm supposed to be in my prime? You're not imagining it. The math is just brutal for you. In a way it wasn't for the people who told you, just work hard and save. Let's talk about that math. Because this part is not, you bought too much coffee. This part is structural. Number 1, housing. Typical rent in the United States right now is sitting right around $1,979 a month. In a lot of cities, it's well over $2,000. That is just the permission to exist in a box. Rents today are more than 30% higher than they were before the pandemic. On the buying side, home prices have exploded. Since 2019, U.S. home prices are up around 60%, and the median single-family home price has pushed past $400,000 and keeps setting records. So the just buy a house advice? For most people, that door is basically welded shut. Number 2, utilities. Power, heat, basic survival. Residential electricity bills have jumped by almost 30% since 2021. Residential gas costs are up about 40% since 2019. Close to 80 million Americans, basically 1 out of every 3 people in this country, are struggling to keep up with utility bills. That means skipping other essentials just to keep the lights on. That's not lifestyle creep. That's survival creep. Number 3, health insurance. This one is disgusting. The average cost of employer-sponsored family coverage in the U.S. just climbed to almost $27,000 a year. Workers themselves are paying nearly $6,850 of that out of their own paychecks. Premiums are up roughly 26% in 5 years. Health insurance is literally a second rent now. So when you ask, why don't I have a 6-month emergency fund yet? Here's your answer. Because rent is $2,000 a month, health coverage costs almost $27,000 a year. Electricity is up 30%, and groceries are not getting cheaper. You're not irresponsible. The baseline cost of staying alive in 2025 is just that high. So what do you actually do with this information, besides panic? I'm not going to tell you, be a millionaire by Friday. I'm going to give you the first layer of defense, your first wall. Your first goal is not be rich. Your first goal is don't get knocked out by one bad week. That wall is $1,000 to $1,500 in a separate high-yield savings account that you do not touch unless it is a real emergency. Why that number? Because a massive share of Americans have zero emergency savings. Zero. And most people say they could not handle even a $1,000 surprise without going into debt. Only about half of adults say they could cover even a few months of bills if their paycheck stopped. That's how thin the ice is. So if you build even a $1,000 buffer, you just moved from, I'm instantly in crisis if something breaks, to I can absorb a hit without my entire life exploding. That's huge. That's your first win. How do you build it? Automation. Set an automatic transfer the same day you get paid. Not, I'll move what's left after rent. No. Before your brain even sees the money, a slice goes into that emergency bucket. You're not trying to be disciplined every day. You're trying to be disciplined once, when you set the rule. Second move. Attack fixed pain, not tiny treats. I do not care about your $4 coffee. I care about the bills that quietly drain hundreds every single month. Your rent renewal, your phone plan, your car insurance, your health coverage options during open enrollment, your utility payment plan. In 2025, health coverage for a family is basically a car payment plus rent. Comparing plans and asking questions during open enrollment is not annoying HR paperwork. It is literally money back into your life. Calling the utility company and asking for a budget plan or assistance program is not embarrassing. Nearly 80 million Americans are already doing some version of that, just to keep the lights on. You're not weird for asking. You're smart for asking. Cutting $60 off a recurring bill is stronger than skipping a sandwich, because that 60 repeats every month. Third move. If your job offers a 401k match, grab it. I get it. When you're stressed about this month, retirement sounds fake. Why would I fund age 65 when I can barely survive age 35? Here's why. That employer match is instant return. That's free money. Long-term savers who just kept contributing and never turned off that automatic contribution for 10, 15 years are now sitting on balances in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. Not because they're rich, because they let the slow drip keep dripping. That's future safety. That's future dignity. That's future. I am not working until my body gives out. So here's the mindset shift I want you to leave with. You are allowed to stop hating yourself for not being ahead. When you look at these numbers by age, $5,000 saved in your 20s, $7,000 in your late 30s and early 40s, $8,000 in your 40s and 50s, maybe $13,000 in your 60s. That is not proof that you're a failure. That is literally the American baseline in 2025. Your job from this point forward is not to magically jump to 6 months of expenses overnight. Your job is to move one category up in safety. If right now I can't cover a $400 emergency, your next win is, I can eat a $400 hit without panic. If right now I'm dead if I miss one paycheck, your next win is, I can float 2 weeks. That is progress. That is power. That is you clawing back control in a system that is designed to keep you exhausted. I'm going to ask you for something that might feel uncomfortable, but it's important. In the comments, just drop your age range, under 30, 30s or 40s, 50s plus, and tell me, from 0 to 10, how safe you feel right now if your paycheck stopped. Not how safe you look from the outside, how safe you feel. You're going to see 2 things immediately. Number 1, you are not alone. Number 2, almost nobody feels as safe as they pretend. If this helped you breathe a little, if this made you feel less like, I'm failing, and more like, okay, I get it, I can build my first wall. Subscribe. Nobody explained this to you in school, and that's not your fault. But now you know where you stand. And starting today, we're going to build you some margin.